Hey guys, I'm just checking if I'm live. I am really hoping I'm live. I cannot wait to talk to you guys. So if I'm live, can you just like comment and say, hey, we can see you or something so I can just check maybe or just put on Discord. Everyone, all Discord peeps put on Discord if I am live. Awesome. So I am live finally. Um, Hi guys, welcome to yet another episode of K12 TV. I feel so excited when I'm going to meet you guys, and it's like every Friday I wake up, every alternate Friday. Now Nitesh sir is also taking master classes, but every alternate Fridays I wake up and I feel like it's the happiest day of my life because I get to connect with you guys, my kiddos, and welcome everyone. Today we are going to do something different, and I cannot contain my excitement because I know I have been telling you guys that I love coding. I get so much inspiration from all my kiddos and from all my super coders. But after coding, I also love creating content and writing, and it just makes me feel like it's the best thing in the whole world, right? It helps you relax, it helps me relax, and today I'm getting an opportunity to actually discuss how to write our own blog or how to write something really exciting with you guys. So yeah, a different episode and a happy day. But yesterday, day before yesterday, when I was thinking about what can I teach you guys, right? Like how can we ensure that you guys become the best writers of all times in just a small time. And I just realized that I don't have to do it by myself. I have a special friend who's an expert in this content, right? So today we are going to invite a super writer, I would say, or a super blogger. Just like we have super coders, we also have super writers and super bloggers. And one such super blogger is none other than our Darshana ma'am, who is in house. So drum roll everyone for Darshana ma'am. And Darshana ma'am, can you come live online?
Hey, hi everyone.
Hello.
Hi Niharika.
How are you, Darshana?
I'm awesome. And how are you, Niharika?
I am great as well. I just love the Cam K12 collage that you've made behind you. And that's something that it also shows the creative side, which is great and which is like crazy. So welcome. Thank you so much for agreeing to doing this for all of us. And I'm pretty excited. So can we, before we start, can you just like help all of our young, today I'm going to say super writers because we are going to teach writing, the skill of writing. All our super coders slash writers, what are we going to do today?
Awesome. So today we are going to, and first of all, thank you so much for inviting me here. I'm really glad to meet all of you guys. So today we are going to see some parts and some tips and tricks on how to write something exciting that engages other people, that makes other people that deep dive into your content, and how to excite others about whatever you're doing or whatever you are writing or what your experiences are. So we are going to see some tips and tricks about that.
Amazing. And do you feel confident that after this session, all of our young super coders slash writers will be amazing super coders slash writers or bloggers?
Yes, definitely, 100%.
Awesome. I'm very excited about it. So, Darshana, before we move ahead, can you quickly tell everyone a bit about yourself? And like, I would love to sort of know a bit about your writer's journey. And yeah, I think guys, what we can do is she can start teaching us. She has an amazing representation made to help us create some beautiful content, and while we are doing it we will also learn a bit about her because she has her, Darshana has her own blog and she also writes a lot for herself, and I'm going to later share the link to her blog and few of her articles in the comments section. But till then, can you share a bit about yourself?
Yes. So hi. I always introduce myself by telling that yes, by education I'm an engineer, but teaching is something my passion, and teaching small kids is more than anything I enjoy. So yes, and sometimes I like to travel, and sometimes I like to write. So wherever I go, I usually keep on reading books, or I write, or something. I always keep on noting down things, whatever small things happen with me. And then whenever I come back later on, I find all those things after many years, and then I feel that nostalgia that comes with all that reading. Then that's what I do usually. So yes, so that's all about me. But let me tell you like how all these things started, because sometimes it is very
Yes.
important to understand how all these things starts with somebody, and that can
Yes.
also start with you guys and with anybody. So I was in my school around eighth grade. I came to one school. I changed my
Yeah.
school, so I was in eighth grade.
Yeah.
And of course, my all the writing started from there, because whatever used to happen, I used to write down the diary. And thanks to my school, they always motivated. But so other than that, what I feel, my school was one of the best place where I actually started. So in my 10th standard exam, we used to have oral viva for subjects.
Yeah.
So my ma'am, Miss Dhanashi Joshi, so she told me
Yeah.
that, hey, we are not going to do this poetry mugging, or I'm not going to ask you read some certain paragraph or no questions, but what you have to do is you have to write a speech and you have to give it in front of all your, classmates.
Yeah.
So and we started that activity 2 months advance because we had to finish also. And then my turn came. So all the students, like all my classmates, they gave a lot of fancy speech and they had written everything.
Yeah.
And then my turn came, and as usual, I was not very well prepared. I mean, that was, I think, a mistake, but I think so sometimes impromptu works really well. Um, so I just took like before going to school, I just took one paper and I scribbled something on it and I just wrote. And I went and I gave my speech, and luckily I got a standing ovation. My all the
Wow.
classmates, they were left in tears. But only thing I did there, it was I just shared the 3 years experience in my school. I spoke about my teachers. I spoke about how my schoolmates, classmates, they helped me to, customize to that whole school and the whole environment, because I was new in eighth standard in that school. So I just shared
Yeah.
my whole journey there. So that was something that helped me a lot. And another small thing I would just like to mention is that, I think so because it will help you all guys. So in my college days, I was also part of drama society, and I had these two amazing seniors, Omkar and Saurabh Shamraj. So they gave us tasks to write a daily journal on our character. So we had to imagine that we are a character and we are writing what is happening in our life as a character.
Yeah.
So that is something gave me, imagination or, creative thinking that took me to the fiction writing. So I think so all these things helped me a lot. And I hope if you try to follow some certain things from this, I think so it will help you guys also.
I hope so too. And I think I think the best part about your story was that it like the way your writing style goes, if I'm not wrong, is a lot observation based, and B, it also tells me that writing is not a skill that someone needs to learn for years, right? It's just something that you need to start, and it happens, and then you need to keep on practicing and keep on scribbling, and well, there's nothing like a great writing, right? It's always what touches your heart. So guys, I'm really hoping that few years down the line, one of you guys or few of you guys will say, hey, I started writing because we attended one of Camp K12 sessions, and that sort of made me feel like scribbling something. So that's great, Darshan. I love the energy that you're bringing, and I also like how writing excites you, the way you're speaking. And I feel like we should not delay and just like pull this energy and start with teaching everyone how to write appropriately, or I would say just how to write or how to start writing. So I'm just going to give you permissions, and how about you share your screen, and while we go ahead with discussing our experiences and how we write and our writing styles, we can also discuss a bit more about your blog, and I would love to understand that as well. But I think we should start, so I'm just going to give you screen sharing permission, and how about you share your screen and let's get started. In the
Yes, and of
meantime,
course, as we
guys.
go ahead,
Yes.
Niharika, I would really like you to also share your experience, because I know that you are also a great writer, and I know that I have read some of your like writings. So I think so. Yeah, you will be also great.
Sure, I would definitely. I don't think I have anything officially published, but I do definitely like writing. I love reading a lot. I think my love for writing started also in school. But I think unlike your experience where you had to perform something, I think I am an avid reader. I really love reading a lot. Reading sort of like it pushes me and it calms me down. So I think I used to read a lot of books, and I there was this series. I don't know if kids read it nowadays, but there was this series called Nancy Drew, and I was like borderline addicted to Nancy Drew. I've read like almost all Nancy Drews when I was in grade 5 or 6 probably. And so there was this transition from Nancy Drew to Harry Potter that I had in my life, and I think that made me feel like I also want to write about a wizard or a, I would say, detective. And I started sort of imagining what other things would Nancy Drew do, like what are the different cases that she will have to probably do, or things that are around me sort of started inspiring me. And I think that's how I started writing. And I was also lucky to be a part of drama society when I was in my, I would say, college, and that brings in a lot of creativity, right? So yeah, I also went through a similar activity of writing every day. So that was also, yeah, that also helped enhance the skills. But I feel my writing, I love writing more about people, like people who inspire me around me. So yeah, it's also very observation based, I guess.
Yes, yes.
Yeah.
That's a different, style. Yes.
Yes, I think everyone, all of you guys, after this session, so while Darshana ma'am is setting up her, I would say, screen, I would just say that all of you guys after this session should like pick a topic, like any topic that is closest to your heart, maybe about a person closer to your heart, or maybe about someone who is like about your school or about a place that you visited, and just write something and post it on Facebook, because on the community page, because why not? Yeah, like why not just write? There's nothing like correct writing. So okay, let's start. I am actually not able to see your screen. It's a blank. Is it supposed to be a white screen?
Yes.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, so we are just starting. So
Yes.
let me just share. Yes. So yes, definitely we are here for creative writing, and everything should be really creative. So what is the
Yes.
first thing, or what is the understanding that you have with a creative writing? It would be really amazing if you can, if you all can just type in the chat and just tell probably what is creative writing according to you. Or Niharika, you can also pitch in.
So I
What is
think
your understanding?
of creative writing, I think something which sort of tweaks our imagination. So I would say creative
Okay.
writing is something when, for me, it's more about being able to imagine a bit more than reality around me and draft it. Like just write it down.
Okay.
So something that's more than what's happening around me, because I actually like creating worlds around me. It's sort of like there are always things that you want in real world that don't happen, but then you can always go back to writing and create that world. Few people paint and create it. I like to write and create it. So I think for me creative writing is creating a world which is not real world types.
Yes, imaginative, unreal, and all those things. And yes, very great example. Like some people did draw and then they try to show their thinking to others with the drawings. But I think so. Some people are really enthusiastic about writing. So yes, definitely, I think so. Creative writing is just art of making things up. Uh,
Yeah.
Whether it is your experiences or anything, imagination, I think so is just art of making things up.
Yeah.
And the next thing is, let's try to understand what exactly is creative writing, or what exactly the types of creative writing, because it has so many different types. So can you guess like what all these pictures depict?
Oh, awesome. So, oh, I got to know there's once poetry, there's drama, there's
Okay,
debate,
okay,
there's
okay,
film.
debate.
I'm actually going to ask, because I'm seeing the comment section and everyone's also commenting. So can we just give like 2 minutes for everyone to just like comment, guys, while I am guessing what are these pictures with Darshana ma'am? Can everyone also sort of comment and think what is it? because everyone's actually telling what is creative writing, and we have like so many people like Kushagra saying when we pen down our feelings, that is so beautiful. Or writing beautifully imaginary or logically, Namaha saying that, that's also so beautiful, right? So these are like, this is great, this is amazing. So I think what, like, let everyone just pin in, and I'm just going to say something that's imaginative, something that's a film, a movie probably, a poetry, a drama, and debate maybe, I don't know, I'm just trying to guess. Oh, someone saying UFO, which is
Yes.
fiction. Oh, good job. Nivedita Jena said fiction. Good job. I did not think about
Yes,
that.
yes, correct.
Theater, movies.
Um,
Nama saying imaginary poetry drama. Devanshi is saying poetics. Nivedita is saying theater,
uh,
poetry,
somebody,
cinematography.
Justin Joy said speech. Yes.
Yes. So this is amazing. So how about guys? Good job. Keep commenting. We are reading the comments. And how about you open up, like, you just tell us a bit, Darshana ma'am, what exactly is this?
Yes, definitely. The first one, UFO, is depicts fiction, then film, poetry, play, then speech, then memories. Memories are also part of creative writing, and of course the essays.
Yes.
I'm little dicey about the debate because it's also a lot of impromptu, but I think so we can have a discussion around that some other time. But yeah, I think so a lot of creative thinking goes into it.
Yes.
So yes, it might be. Awesome.
Good
So we
job,
have all the
guys.
types: poetry,
Yes.
play, and great guys. You guys are like, I'm also reading side by side, so everyone is just commenting, so it's good. Um, yes. So the next one is the first part that we have to do, and I'm just revealing it is because I really want everyone to think about ideas. The first thing I mean, I would say that if anything goes into creative writing is that we have to first ideate something. But like Niharika, can you just think about something, or can you just tell me what according to you can be the idea of writing anything?
Um, I think like, yes, I mean, I feel like the idea usually comes from an inspiration, like when I'm observing something or when I'm trying to describe something, that sort of gives me an idea. So I think it's like a trigger point. I like how people are actually, so Devesh is saying using your character. Aruna is saying using your imagination. So that's nice. So I guess it's imagination or character. That's great.
Yes. So let's go and deep dive into this, what ideas are and how to go about it. So I believe that every writing has a main idea, and it should have a main idea, because many times what happens, we think of writing something. For example, if I'm writing a piece that I'm traveling and I'm writing a piece about my travel blog.
Yes.
So what happens, because we are traveling, so we have a lot of different experiences with us when we are traveling, and we end up writing so many different things. So in one blog, for example, we are writing about food, we are writing about journey, we
Yeah.
are writing about people, and so the thing is, the whole gist of it goes, uh, it diverges. So the topic diverges. So we don't have a specific topic at that time. Whereas all those topics can be subtopics or broken down topics.
Yeah.
So I think so that I think so, I feel according to me is that there should be like your writing should have some specific topic so that the readers are focused.
Yes.
Yes, and of course, all these things come from experience and knowledge. Again, knowledge, it has like different types of. So some people actually write down about some expertise. Some people write about experiences that we already spoke about.
Yes.
And yeah, I would like to tell one last very important thing about writing is details. For example, you are writing a story, so every story has characters, settings, then events, so all these things. And just imagine if somebody tells you that there was a girl, she was princess, how will you feel? I mean, there's no feeling, right? But you will feel that once upon a time there was very beautiful kingdom, and in that kingdom there lived a very beautiful princess who wore a very blue shining gown every day because her blue was her favorite color, or something
Yes.
like that. So what are you exactly doing? So you are actually describing where she's staying. You are actually describing how she looks like, because she looks like beautiful. You are telling that there was a very old town. Then you are telling about her dress, how she looks like, how her dress is. So I think so all these things makes you feel that you are into that.
Correct.
You are present in that situation, right? So I think so that's very important. Just like I have given one example also, the girl was standing at the beach.
Yes.
No, right? But if you just think like versus like the girl in her cute cherry dress was standing at the beach. So the
Yeah.
difference you can see between the sentences. So yes, that is something I
Correct.
feel
So it's important to
very important.
yeah, be descriptive and exaggerate. More than exaggerate, I think it's important to. So I think a good writing, guys, is basically a writing which helps readers imagine what you are trying to show them. Correct. So the more descriptive a writing is, the more it helps a reader imagine the scenario, right? Like for example, it's important to set up the setting properly. If you're saying that a girl is at a beach, then you have to describe what type of beach is it, right? Or how is it looking. So I think it's pretty important to ensure that we are helping the users imagine everything. So yeah, anyways, so I think we should move on, Darshana, when we have like 5 minutes for the session.
Yes,
So yes, we should move
yes.
on to how do we write.
So the next is yes. So the next part, very important part, is organization. Like which part you are writing where is very important. So it also helps like readers to understand your journey very well. So every story has like beginning and at the end. So you should always have interesting beginning that also grabs attention, and also if you have the conclusion, like whatever you are talking about, if you have the good conclusion that everybody at the end everyone were living there happily together ever after, or you can have so many scary ending also, but you should have something. So because then that leaves readers with a thoughtful closure. But nowadays there's a new trend that it's just they just
Guess
leave
your
you with
closer.
whatever
Yeah.
you want to think.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yes, and then there are like, of course, then there comes transitions, like how your transition between your first paragraph to second paragraph. So it can be really easy. Sometimes you just have to use some words like yet, but, however, that just engage the people. So now next is very important, and I really want to ask everyone that you can see this sequence over here. So because we are talking about sequence is very important. We spoke about beginning and the end. So I think so. Yes. So what do you think about this picture, and what do you think is the correct sequence in this picture?
So I think it's A, D, C, and B.
A, B, C, and D. Yes, it's correct. So uh, because like what is the first thing, that there is no plant, and then she put the soil and then seeds, and then she water the plant, and then she gets the plant. So I think so. It gives you proper finish or proper start, and the big middle also to the whole writing piece. So I think so. If you go with the past, present, and future in any of your writing, that helps usually. That first you're
Yes.
talking about how was your past, then you tell about your future, present, and then you talk about what will happen in the future, or even
Yes.
in the stories. I think so. It's same.
Correct.
Do you have anything to add over here, Niharika?
Yeah, I just like, so we are talking about two types, right? So guys, when you're writing a blog, right, I think clarity of sequence is very important, because there are two type of stories. So I know you all are used to reading like a fictional story and everything, but when you're writing a blog, I think it's important to have like a clarity and a good sequence, because a person should like feel like they start with, like if I'm writing about why coding, then I'll probably go back to how is it like what is the history of coding, how is it important, how is it important right now, and how can someone learn coding, right? So I think that an important part over here is to organize it everything properly, and to sort of bring everything together in a correct sequence where we are able to help everyone read it better. So yeah.
Yes. Awesome. So let's go ahead. of course, the next important part is word choice because I think so in any writing, words are something that people catch, and words are something that words can make your things go really best, and words can also go make things really worst. So I think so word choice is very important because many times a word can be really tricky part in your writing. So yes, I think so. One must need to focus. So after writing all these things, so till here we are having one sort of raw draft. We have now idea. We have done the sequencing. Now we need to think about the word choice, like what I'm going to write, and then simply write down first a raw draft, right? Because there will be always next versions of it. So I think so always writing the first draft and then trying to also change some vocabulary later on after writing first draft. Changing vocabulary helps, like you can enhance the words, you can think about it, and you can add different words, you can change. There are like so many things that you can do with the words. Yeah,
Yes.
and of course, part of speech you should be using a lot of different part of speech, and I think so. You all must be learning that in the school, and it's very important because one adjective can change the whole mood of the writing, or
Yes.
one yes, and we do have like conjunctions, adverbs, and many times we need to use proverbs and all those things as well if you're talking about vocabulary. So I think so all these things matter a lot when you are writing something in terms of creative writing because that stays with people.
That's amazing. So, Darshana ma'am,
Yeah.
unfortunately, our time is up. But thank you so much for coming here and helping us. We'll definitely share this with all our viewers. And everyone, thank you so much for joining. I'm hoping that this is like a good enough start for writing a blog. Go write something, paste it on Facebook, and I'll see you all next Friday for one more creative writing session.